welcome to BW Business World. We are here today at BW Education's Leadership Summit and Top Education Brand. Today I have with me Mr. Kamal Shahani, who is the founder and managing director of Clinic. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you, Vasudha.
My first question to you, of course, is can you tell me about the inspiration behind starting this company and what led to the Cliniminds that we have today?
Okay, this idea came when I was in US in the period in 2004 to 6, and the clinical trials industry was there booming, and clinical trial industry in India was just starting. And when I came back to India, I saw that there is a lot of, workforce requirement is there in this sector, and there are hardly any skilling opportunities available. People cannot get trained formally in this sector, in the new areas of clinical research and drug safety and data management. So that's what inspired me that we should have a platform where professionals or people who are starting their careers now after their life sciences or medical education, they should learn formally clinical research, drug safety, business analytics, data management, and that's how the Cliniminds brand came.
So skilling has obviously been a very big agenda in the last 2 years. It's always been important, but it's come to the limelight over the last 2 years. How has it changed the way you practice? Has it got an impact to your practice, or are you still going about the same way?
I think the skilling was always there. I think in the some shape or the other, it was always there. However, I think the post the Modi government, when the first time the Modi government came, I think they brought formally the skilling policies. I think that helped a lot. They restructured the entire skilling process, and the respective agencies like Life Sciences Sector Skill Development Council, they became more active and these new policies helped the industry in the skilling process. And now the skilling institutions are contributing to the growth of the industry. The skilling organizations are creating more capacities actually and helping the Indian industry competing internationally now.
And clinical trials, of course, is a very important sector, but also in healthcare, there are a lot of ethical concerns, moral concerns that also come in. How do you build good ethical practices among the people you are skilling?
Right. So there are two parts of ethics. The one is in the clinical trials, that the clinical trials is all about ethics. So when anyone participates in the clinical trials or the company which conducting the clinical trial, everyone needs to follow the ethical guidelines and the regulations. And this is what is exactly reflecting in our education as well. When we impart the training, we ensure that students understand the concepts of ethics, the meaning of ethics, and the importance of ethics not only in the clinical trials, but in their life, in their overall career, professional career as well.
Absolutely. And can you tell me about some of the more active initiatives you've taken to bridge this, academia industry divide that, obviously your company is solving for? But what other steps have you taken to make sure that you are bridging that divide?
Right. So we have done several things in the last few years, and one is we have gone to the government proactively, to the Life Sciences Sector Skill Development Council, and sought their accreditation to these programs. And bringing in the Life Sciences Sector Skill Development Council into these programs have helped us and the students and industry both in standardizing the training. That's the first thing. Second, there are a lot of this industry uses a lot of IT platforms. Every company uses for the clinical trials, there are softwares, databases. So we have integrated these softwares and databases into the training process. Third, the placement process. Every student comes with the vision to get job placement. So what we have done, we have a 360-degree placement oriented program where student from the word go, when they join the program, they start working on their placements as well. Our placement teams, our technical teams train them on to the CV writing, interview preparation, mock interviews, doing the aptitude test, doing a lot of these things which fit them, prepare them for the job roles.
Absolutely. So they're coming in with a very, very specific goal.
Absolutely.
They know what industry they're entering.
Absolutely.
They know what skills are required of them.
Absolutely.
And they're working towards it.
And all of our programs are designed as per the job roles. So if let's say there is a role of a drug safety associate or a clinical research coordinator in the industry, in the companies, we prepare them specifically for these job roles.
Alright, that sounds very interesting. Can you tell me about what kind of growth you've seen over the past few years, and do you have any plans of expansion or scaling up?
Yes. So in the last few years, actually post-COVID, the COVID was a bit of pause for a few months, but then I think people realized the e-learning technologies are going to stay here. And e-learning is actually today helping the students not only from the urban cities, but actually we are reaching out to the smaller towns and the smaller cities, and students from there are able to learn with the best trainers. They get equally the same job opportunities. So this is helping us to grow today to pan-India. But apart from domestic opportunities, it's the international opportunities which we are focusing. So we are today leading training organization in drug safety domain, in the business analytics domain, in the healthcare business analytics, in the pharma business analytics. We are one of the large trainers in the United States. So we do a lot of training programs in the developed markets like US, Europe, Middle Eastern markets as well.
I must ask you, as a founder and in the more as a private sector of the education in India, what should someone do if they want to enter this sector? Like, we are seeing so many edtechs these days. They have risen, some have done well, some have not doing so well, and a lot can be going to economic downturn. But what do you think it takes to succeed in this sector?
I think there are a lot of startups. If you see the overall startup ecosystem in this country, it's great, which is encouraging the startups to start new businesses. However, there are few important things. Tech is important, but it's equally how you're delivering the content, who are your trainers, how you're placing the students, how you're preparing them for the job roles, how you're preparing them for the interviews and the placements overall. That's very important. The quality of content, quality of delivery, quality of trainers, the linking your education with the job roles, industry job roles is extremely important. So focus on tech, but bring the real world experience into your programs.
Absolutely. And my final question to you basically is that there's so much transformation going on in the education sector, always, but even more now these days. Looking at this now and on your own educational journey, what would you like to see take place in the education sector in India? In any place, whether it's in school or higher education or professional training?
I can definitely talk about the higher education and the higher level skilling. The industry alignment with the skilling institutions need to increase. Industry's alignment with the universities, engagement with the universities need to increase a lot. There should be early level awareness programs created on the what are the various job roles, what students can do going forward in that career. A typical counseling which happens in the school level is how to become engineer, doctor, chartered accountant. But what else? Everyone doesn't become chartered accountant, engineer, or the medical doctor. A lot of great opportunities. So early level sensitization at the school level is extremely important for other career opportunities. We don't need to make everyone engineer, doctor, chartered accountant. There are a lot more opportunities today.
Absolutely. As your own institute tells us, even after completing your medical education, there are so many other different avenues.
Absolutely.
But thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us today.
Thank you, Vasudha. Thank you.
On the award, and we hope to see more of you and hear more from you.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.